All right, welcome back to Within the Rep. This is episode number 5. Today we have my good friend all the way from the UK, Christian Chapman, on today. I actually met him many years ago. He assisted
So many
coached me
years,
into
bro.
my
So many.
He assisted coached me into my first show. He kind of helped my coach that I was working with bring me in, dial me in, and ever since then we've always been in chats, and absolutely amazing guy, stud of a guy. So I'll let him introduce himself. I won't steal the honor of that from him, but go ahead, my man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, been coaching people now for 9, nearly 10 years. Left my full-time job like yourself, bro, 6 years ago this year, which seems like it was yesterday. It's gone so chaotically fast, bro. You know, when you get busy, mate, you forget, fucking hell, it's the new week. Oh, Jesus, it's 2024 is gone. It's 2025, it's 2026. Like, everything just goes so much quicker. You don't have really time to even think when things get busy. Yeah, former fat bastard when I was growing up. Got into the gym, got into bodybuilding when I was like 21, 34 this week on Sunday, which feels really fucking old.
Amazing. Congratulations.
How old are you, bro?
Yeah, I'll be 34 in May this year as well. It's a
Yeah. So,
scary feeling. Now all those years taken, it's like, fuck.
I wasted so much time when I was young, man. Fuck's sake. Yeah, got
Right?
into like bodybuilding and losing weight and the fitness like sphere like 13, 14 years ago. And not really looked back since, really. Went on like a heavy photo shoot kind of diet. Like, oh, fucking how much weight to lose? 130, 140 pounds in a pretty quick time, but I am quite a extremist. So if I'm going to do something, I have to go fucking mental and just give it 120%. Like, if I really want to do something, I'm going to go full send. And then, I just started documenting stuff on Instagram as it was back in my day when people were coming up. Now it's, you just put online coach in your bio and you're a qualified online coach. But I was just, showing people what I was doing. I wasn't like advertising for shit. I didn't even think coaching was a real job at the time. And, people that were in my position that I was in when I was overweight just started saying, "Oh, bro, can you help me?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, fuck it. I'll help you. I won't charge you any money to do it. I just think it'd be fun." Never really saw it as like a job. And then it just, more people are asking. And I was thinking, fucking hell, you can maybe charge money for this, I think. Even when I was doing that, bro, and had like, 20, 25 clients, I never saw it as a business. I just saw it as something I did on the side for fun. And then COVID happened and it just went fucking mental. I think I scaled from 25 clients to 85 clients in 6 months.
Wow.
Which was fucking scary, man. But I had all the time in the world to do it because I was not working. We were sent home from work. We were still being paid during that time. And I just thought, you know what? I've got my laptop. I've got my phone. I could still train during that period of time, luckily, and create content and stuff. And I just hammered content every single day, bro, during COVID. And it paid off. And when they called me to go back into work, I never went back. And then there's been a fair few iterations of my coaching brand over the years, as you know, like started with Physique Collective, like we've started that brand, which is still going now with Joe and Matt. Got out of it, just wanted to do my own thing. I always kind of saw myself as my own little, entity. Do you know what I mean? Like I was just different. I thought, I'll give it a crack on my own. And everyone was telling me to do it anyway, so I thought, fuck it. And then, there's been some times of coached by Christian, team coached by Christian, and now it's Physique Pro, mainly because I don't really want anything now that's like attached to my name, if that makes sense. I think it's harder to build a brand when it's just your name. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was, and you'll know, bro, from my personality, I still stand by I'm the most unprofessional professional there is, but I feel like Physique Pro looks more professional. Do you know what I mean? Which I think it needed that kind of direction. And that brings us up to to present day, bro.
Amazing. Yeah, you've had quite the journey. I think you have built something, I mean, most people dream of, and you've scaled incredibly fast. Like, what was that like for you scaling from 25 up to that large number of clients? Was that a challenge for you moving into that? Did you have to become something different or get a different structure to do that, or was it an easy move for you?
Bro, it was definitely not easy. Like, I can
Mm-hmm.
remember a fair few, what felt like mental breakdowns at the time. Because, bro, yeah, I can coach people with my eyes shut. It's second nature. But when it comes to actually, shit, I've got a business, I didn't have a fucking clue what to do. Like, at all, like, taxes and VAT and all this shit. I'm like, man, luckily my dad's quite an intelligent person, and he's always ran his own businesses and stuff like that. So he was kind of on hand because he could see how stressed I was. So he was
Yeah,
like, "You just worry about coaching. I'll do all the other stuff." And I'm like,
right.
"Okay, that works." But I can remember, bro, and I just hit 50 clients for the first time, and I was round my parents' house, and I was in the back garden with my dad having a bit of a breakdown, thinking like, I can't handle more than this. Like, this is stressing me out so much. And he was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, you either get better at what you're dealing with, or you charge more money and don't take any more people on. And I was just like, right, yeah, I need to just kind of like chill and just have a structure in place and make things a little bit more slick with inquiries and stuff like that. Because, bro, I'd get another inquiry and I'd shit myself thinking, fuck, like, how can I handle it? When am I going to do that? And when can I onboard them? Bro, if an inquiry comes through now, I'm just like, boom, boom, do that, do this. Yeah, sweet, sweet. They've signed up. Okay, cool. I'll do that on Wednesday. You know what I mean? And then,
Yeah,
6, 7, 8 weeks later, bro, you're at 60 and you have that same meltdown. But then you give it 2 weeks and you think, I reckon I could handle more. I'm getting used to this. Then you hit
mm-hmm.
70, you shit yourself again when you hit 70. And then it just repeats, it repeats the cycle, bro. And now it's
Right.
like, I know that my capacity of how many people I can work with is probably higher than most, but I've also had over 100 clients for 5 years. It's normal. I just know how to do it. When I first got
Mm-hmm.
there, bro, it was taking me all day to do everything. And now I have quite a good work-life balance. I know how to handle everything. Also, I have scaled down a little bit from like my biggest ever numbers, but
Mm-hmm.
as the clientele that's come on board is better, it requires more attention, it requires more work. So it takes up more time than having more clients. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, that's what we're all in it for. We're all in it to get the better. We want to be coaching the pros. We want to getting people their pro card, their pro debut, Olympia, whatever. That is, I think you don't think like that at the start. I think you're just thinking, right, well, I need to get this business to run and that requires money. So I'll take in whatever I can take in. Whereas now I'd rather have less clients, but I'd rather have more of the right clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd rather have that quality over the quantity.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, bro, it's difficult scaling, bro, because you've never done it before. And
Mm-hmm.
anything you've never done before is pretty scary.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I come from construction. I had no fucking clue about anything in regards to business. And like yourself, I have a good family member, my brother, my little brother actually, who is a business owner and kind of
So,
guided the way for me, which made things a lot easier, right? But it's all about getting those systems in place and so you can actually have structure and a little bit of balance. But yeah, it's a huge responsibility. And especially for you, I mean, you work with primarily competitors, right? So that's a lot on your shoulders. That's a big responsibility.
yeah, so it is because everyone's watching, and when someone's on stage and they're out of shape, the people in the audience aren't saying what happened to him. They're saying who's his coach. And I always think like that, bro. I think I don't want to look like a dickhead. So everyone has to be on point. And that does come with it a lot of pressure because you'll have people that not necessarily don't know much about bodybuilding or, are in the bodybuilding space. And they're saying, man, that guy's going to win a pro card. Your client's going to win a pro card. I'm like, don't say that because, and I've done that before, bro, where thinking, yeah, man, my client's going to win. And some guy you've never fucking heard of shows up and smokes everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just that is a lot of pressure because everyone's thinking your client's going to win. And then when they don't, they look to you and think, what happened? Which is shit.
Yeah, understand the sport. That's a fucking challenge.
Yeah, fucking is. Fucking is.
I mean, the variables are never ending, right? Like you said, you never know who could show up. So, do you prefer working with a team? Like you originally started coaching on your own, you transitioned to a team, a little bit of back and forth there.
Yeah, so yeah, I did team coach by Christian, which was like 3 years ago now. And at the time, bro, it worked. Like everyone was asking me all the time, when are you gonna have a team? And I thought, you know what? I feel like now's the time. And the hardest thing, bro, of having a team is getting people you can trust. And at that time, luckily, I did have two people that I could trust. And they both smashed it. It went exactly how you want it to go. But as ever with working with teams, bro, people outgrow teams. And I also think, like, because me and Tim ended up wanting to just do something alone, something, a bit more professional. We didn't want the name attached to it, hence why we started Physique Pro, which is mine and Tim's baby. We have had coaches work underneath us, and we've kind of realised it's not our thing. Like, we have far too much, like, I think, and I'm not trying to tarnish everyone with the same brush, but most people that are starting teams is for the money, in my opinion. And do they do well at that? And do they have good teams of coaches? Yeah, 100%. And it's a fucking great moneymaker. It doesn't fit how I want things to be anymore. Like, bro, I'm far too busy and far too stressed to have to worry about what other coaches are doing that are working for me. And, it takes, I don't know, I can't remember the exact quote, but it will take 50 years to build a reputation and it can take 5 minutes to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes someone ruining your reputation is potentially someone who works for you. And I don't want that in the back of my head, bro. Do you know what I mean? Me and Tim love working together and having a team that just me and him, we work like that. We're on the same level and we don't really want any more because it's not our thing, bro. It's not, I feel like it's a very, sometimes it's a very Dubai photo shoot challenge, fucking Ibiza challenge shit, which we don't want to do, bro. We're wanting to take people to Olympia. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see. I think it used to be a thing that, like, man, yeah, 100% do a team. I don't think it's as much of a thing anymore. I don't know about over in the US, or in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it's so different over here.
Yeah.
The whole industry is like very different in the UK. I mean, compared to, especially in Canada, even in the States. That's one reason I always loved UK coaches myself because it was so different. But
Yeah, it's very
there
different
is
over there.
teams here. People have teams. I mean, some guys are building up teams, but I think that's great. I think that's cool. I think they do a good job. I mean, it is a business move, I think, more than anything, right?
Yeah,
Kind
100%.
of monopolizes everything and brings in more capital. But yeah, if you're not comfortable like letting go of the sales, and letting somebody else kind of lead the path, that's a hard move to make. And I know you especially have like a very high quality, a very high standard that you hold yourself to.
Yeah, which is unfortunately, bro, these days really rare. Like you just, I hear stuff about every single fucking coach in the industry, bro, because you end up coaching people who's worked with everyone and you always get the stories. And I don't think people are willing to give the service that I like to give, which is fair enough because I sometimes think potentially is my service, inverted commas, too much. I don't know. Or I think it might be too much to expect from certain people, but for me, it's my life. So I'm going to give it the best fucking service. And for some people, it's not their life, bro. They have, their own bodybuilding career that they're working on, and that, inevitably will come first. Whereas I don't have that, and I'm grateful to not have that.
I mean, aside from that, a little selfish. I mean, it is your job, like to have a bodybuilding, to say you're a professional bodybuilder and coach people, well, you also compete. It's like, you should also do your job. Like that's what pays the bills,
I mean, that's
essentially.
what
If
I
I,
say.
if I still had a career, I mean, and I still competed, I'd still be expected to go and put in the fucking work. It's not like nobody gives a shit. You're not special, right?
No, bro, I completely agree.
And this is coming from a guy like Christian who does extremely well for himself. I mean, if you follow the man, he lives a good life. He drives some nice cars and stuff, but he also puts in the work. Like he's always grinding. Every time I look on his Instagram, he's literally always working. And that is
But that
rare.
is, if you want to be the best at something, that's what you have to do, in my opinion. You know,
Well,
which I don't think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that one out. It's common sense. If you want to be good at something, like anything, you want to be good at bodybuilding, you put absolutely everything into it, and that is your life. And those people do that. And when you click on their Instagram, all it is bodybuilding, bodybuilding, bodybuilding. For me, it's work and coaching, and I love doing it. So it's pretty easy to do it. For sure.
Was there ever a moment like when you were like, fuck, I don't know if I can do this?
Yeah, fucking every week, bro. No, look, bro, I think every coach I talk to, or anyone that's good, would always say the same, like, bro, when I left my job and I had 85 clients, the next morning when I woke up, before 84 clients are going to leave today, like, I always think like that. And I always think, you know, it's not a forever thing. Like, you're not going to be coaching forever, and it's got a shelf life, in my opinion, in terms of, because of Instagram, bro. Like, a lot of it is popularity contest. And your flavor of the month one month, and then you might not be the next. And I think when I get to like the points where I think, fucking hell, can I do this, bro? It's normally the back end of the year when it shows every single weekend. It's traveling to different countries every fucking weekend. And bro, it looks great on Instagram. It looks cool as fuck. Getting flights every weekend, staying abroad with your clients, going to the shows, competing abroad. It is fucking exhausting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because everyone just sees it as, oh, well, he's going on holiday. You know, he's going to a different country. There is no holiday part to it. Like, yeah, we have fun, and you know what I'm like with clients, bro. We have good relationships and stuff like that. So I love it, bro. Like, I love it. But the problem is, I love it that much. When I'm there, I'm giving full energy and meeting new people and getting filmed it all the time. When you get back and, you know, you get back on the desk and reality hits and you think, fuck, I'm knackered. And you can't, in this job, you don't have days off. Like, it is every day. There is not a time where your phone does not go off and it's something to do with work. So yeah, bro, I've never thought about, you know, fucking packing it in or anything like that. But, you know, I just think sometimes, fucking hell, this is going to kill me.
Yeah, I think any entrepreneur is probably going to have moments of doubt and probably want to pack it in, right? But
yeah, for sure.
I guess that's what separates those who succeed and those who don't, really.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
persistence, consistency.
When it gets tough, bro, work harder.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And I credit myself, bro, on being able to uphold I'm going to be at every show I can be at. You know, last week was fucking so many last year, bro, was so many shows, but I'm just not going to be the person that's like, I can't go to that today, or I don't feel well, or I feel knackered. I need to turn up because they're my clients, and I also do want to be there.
Yeah, that's something you'll always do. You'll always be there for your clients, going to their shows and whatnot. That's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's honestly not common. I mean, I'm in the industry. I have lots of friends, bodybuilders, lots of coaches, whatnot, right? So I've kind of seen it all. I've worked with lots of coaches myself.
True.
And yeah, you're very passionate about what you do. You have a very high degree of care for your clients, which is, I mean, that's what any client wants at the end of the day, right? They want a coach who, you know, they know has their back at the end of the day.
It does help, bro. It does help. It builds trust, and couldn't think of anything worse than a client not trusting me. Because then you're constantly thinking, fuck, are they doing their own thing?
Yeah, no kidding. Was there ever a client, like, who's the client who taught you the most? I know you've had some pretty cool clients this year. I've been following along. Matt Hofston, right? He claimed his pro card finally. I've been watching him for years.
This is a goat, man.
I'm always like, why, how? That's the thing about the UK, man. There's a high level of bodybuilders. There's some big boys. There's some big open boys out there. It's a whole nother standard, I would say.
Yeah, and bro, on that question in terms of like learning from a client, which is a great question because I love talking about stuff like that. Like with Matt, throw away the textbook or anything you've ever read to do with fat loss because it doesn't make sense. Like
Hmm.
he came to me 8 weeks out from the first show, which is not ideal, but you know, he's in okay shape. Yeah. And he was like, trust me, bro, I changed fast. And I'm thinking, okay, bro, but we'll see about that. Because everyone fucking says that, bro. Oh, I promise, once I turn it up, bro, I'm on, I'm on. I'm like, okay. And the problem with Matt, bro, like, he's got all the muscle you'd ever need to turn pro. He's fucking massive, yeah. He's just never bought it on show day. And, you know, we were talking a lot through the prep, bro, you know, every day. I mean, because obviously someone coming at 8 weeks out, it was right. I think you're behind, so we need to pay pretty close attention to this. And he checked in every single day for that 8 weeks leading to the show because I don't want to miss anything. And also, if he's not checking in that frequent, I wouldn't have learned what I learned, bro, and I would have been missing things for sure.
Hmm.
Because, you know, he said throughout the prep, you know, man, preps have always been so different to this. You know, I've been sucked down on 100 carb, 150 carb, and stuff like that. And look, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Jesus.
You know, that is life sometimes. It's what you got to do. But it was like, right, every time I feed you, you look leaner. So I'm not going to stop doing that. It ended up, bro, he was on more high days than he had normal days, and his high days were between 900 and 1,000 gram of carbs. Now, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But the thing I learned, bro, is always, always, always trust your eye. Because it doesn't matter what you've read before, it doesn't matter who you've worked with before. If you can look at someone positively and go, you know what? I know what's happening here. Every time I feed in and every time you back off cardio or whatever, you get leaner. So I'm going to keep doing that until you don't get leaner. And then we switch it up. And he just, every single day, just dropping body fat off. And he dropped from starter prep to his pro card 12 pounds, which is nothing, really. Obviously, we kind of gone from a sports cruise at 8 weeks out to fully using all the tools in the box, which is obviously going to play a role for sure. But if I had not gone from just using my eyes and disregarding body weight and stuff like that, because like his body weight would go up and he look lean, I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I don't care what your weight is. Like you have to really detach from like what you've seen before. So I learned a lot through that, bro. Because like, look, as long as I've been doing it, you know, coaching the big supers for someone that's starting out is few and far between. So to get that experience is difficult because
Hmm.
they only start coming, bro, when they see other people coming to you. And when you do
Hmm.
well with one, it's like, oh, right, that guy can prep super heavyweights. I'm going to go to him because I do like him. I've watched his stuff for however long or whatever, but I've been waiting to see what he does with the big boys. And I think everything goes out the window, bro, when someone's got a stupid amount of muscle tissue. Everything goes out the window.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it sounds like he probably, I don't think you track body temps or anything in your clients, do you?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have been low, and then you, like that huge bump, it probably just boosted his metabolic rate, and he's just just firing like a fucking furnace, right? Like it's not
Yeah. And
more,
I think,
sometimes more is more food sometimes is better, you know, like it's
yeah.
gonna boost that metabolic rate, increase body temperatures, increase those thermogenics, and
And I think like Matt is quite a thinker, you know, thinks
hmm
a lot. He said it multiple times. I've never been this stress free on a prep.
hmm
And
I was
that's,
gonna just say
it's,
that, like
it's
it's
coming
gonna
from
boost
that
his.
daily communication, bro, like talking every single day and chatting. And I'm never serious, bro. I'm Mr. Serious. That's just not my personality. And
Hmm.
that relaxes people. And when you're relaxed and you're stress free, bodies tend to respond better.
Yeah, exactly. That's like one of those, like, I know sometimes people don't want to run them, but that's why running body temps is money, right? Because it's going to tell you like your body's in that calm state, that stress-free state, that state where you can progress in, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's awesome. Do you guys have plans for him this year?
Yes, so he's been having a bit of an extended health phase
Hmm.
before I start pushing in a little bit. There was some markers that were a bit off that he really wanted to sort before going into it, which fair play because Most bodybuilders, I mean, they look at their bloods like this. So,
Yeah.
and they don't want to take the time off, and they want to get back to blasting and all that shit, which, look, I get it. This is what these kind of people are like, bro. It's, progress at all costs. Fuck everything else, whatever. So we're going to have a bit of a push. And then the first show we're heading for is Prague Pro Show, which is towards the back end of the year. But there's like a run of like 4 or 5 in a row, and to be honest, he wants to do all of them. So he's very much like that. Matt likes to compete. So if there's, a few back-to-backs, we're just going to run it. And, he's not going in with the intention of thinking, I'm going to the Olympia, bro. His basis of choosing Prague was, I know there's really, really good bodybuilders that always do that show, and I want to meet them and stand there on stage and have fun. Which for me, I mean, a lot less stressful than someone going in, thinking, I want to win this pro show and go to the Olympia. That's a lot of pressure. He just wants to have fun with it, bro. Matt's not stupid.
I think he very well could get to the Olympia. Very well. I think he could.
Few years
in the right shows, man. I think he could definitely get there. Like, if he wanted. Sometimes I know what you're saying about like picking the like meeting guys and shit. That's cool and all. But if he really wanted it and he wanted to get there, he could get there. It's just a matter of picking the shows, playing the field right, and like he could be there next year realistically if he wanted to.
Potential's there, bro. I mean, I think he's only...
Dude, the last show I competed in, Marcelo Alfonsi, he competed in the amateur show with me, took the overall, went on to get his pro card, won the pro show, won like 8 pro shows in the States, went to the Olympia the same year. Like, that's a run up.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
And then he retired. He's like, yeah.
Fair play, man.
Stud.
Yeah, I think he's finally tapped into his potential. It's always been there, bro. I think he's just been bringing it right at the right time and making sure he lands on stage properly. He said to me at the start, his peak week is where I always fuck it. And I said, okay. And I said, okay, well, we don't do peak week then. Like, I did not peak him for either show.
Just coasted in.
Like, yeah, I made some adjustments, but it was more food timing. It wasn't anything to do with fluid. It wasn't anything to do with diuretics. Nothing. It was just tapering off a bit of food the day before, and that was it. Why ruin it? Yeah. You looked ready 2 weeks ago, so let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Less is more sometimes, bro.
Yeah, don't need to make drastic changes. I mean,
yeah.
If the look is there, it's there, right? Just ride it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, buddy, how do you maintain this elite level of coaching and business and service without burning out? Like, what's your go-to?
Normally, the go-to option is just let the burnout happen. No, bro, I've been burnt out more times than I can count, and it's just, for me, bro, I just need to take a little bit of a step back and make a bit of time for myself, because I know I can do that. I just often choose not to do it because, I feel like an addict to work. And I know that, right, if I just take a Sunday and I'm like, I'm just going to go to a spa or just going to switch off or whatever, or I'll get on the sim racer at home. That's my big go-to for switching off, because I can't go on my phone whilst I'm on it. So that helps for sure. And bro, just I've moved back closer to home. Like, seeing my family always helps for sure, because my dad's been there and done it and has burnt himself out and shit like that. And he can tell, bro, as soon as I walk in the door, he's like, man, you're stressed. Like, I can tell. But yeah, so, just sitting and talking about it and just talking to the right people. Like, I have a life coach at the minute, which is not really a massive thing in the UK. I know in America it's everywhere, bro, isn't it? In America, sure. And bro, it's massively helped, like, just my personality towards work and, not making it my entire personality. Do you know what I mean? Like, Christian the coach and stuff like that. Like, making sure I go out, like, bro, I like to party. Like, I love going to raves and, potentially taking some things I shouldn't take and whatever, but it helps me switch off. It gives me downtime. It's always in the hours where no one needs me for work, which also helps, bro. because I'm probably non-coherent at the time. Like, you know, I love music, bro, and I love to party, and I love being around like-minded people that are also into that. And that massively helps me switch off. Like, you know, going to a rave once a month to see a really good DJ, or heading over to Ibiza or whatever. Bro, the absolute best thing about this job is you can do it anywhere in the world. And Ibiza is one of my favorite places to go, bro. So, you know, I'll work through the day, go out a bit at the night, do the same thing the next day, and I come back and I'm relatively refreshed and ready to go after I've slept a little bit when I get home.
Fuck, even while he's away, he's still working. I work a bit in the day and go on at night.
Yeah, you gotta burn the candle at both ends sometimes, bro. But no, it does, bro. Even working, if I go away to somewhere, bro, for a week,
Mm-hmm.
and it's warm climate and the sun's out and the setting is nice, my work becomes so much more efficient that I end up being able to rest more whilst I'm away anyway, because I'm just done quicker and I feel better, and I just take some downtime, and then I come back and I'm ready and raring to go again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need that downtime. You need that reset for yourself, right?
Yeah, but I also think there is an argument to finding that limit and trying to breach that limit of where your capability is, because I feel like every time you do that, your burnout limit is increased, if that makes sense. Like, I know, bro, every time I burn out and I come back from it, I can probably handle more, because well, I've done that now and that's happened. So cool, I can probably work a bit more efficiently and push past that. So I always think you have to find the limit, for sure. Else you never know where it is.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of maybe just like the people that we are, like coming out of the fitness industry and stuff. I totally agree with that. But yeah, it's just like finding that threshold for performance in anything you do. And once you find it, you know it's there. You know it can be broken, right? So, and evidently you just continue to scale and level up.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
So what's the future look like for you? You have any big plans this year? I know I
Bro,
want to bring this up. I know you made a post on Instagram and like you're like, I said this in front of my dad, it pissed him off or something. Is there a car you're thinking about getting?
yeah. Yeah, oh, fuck it. I'll try and keep a long story short, bro. I mean, you know the majority of my car history. I've had a few McLarens now for the last few years, and kind of got to a point of I've had supercars now, and you know it's a lot of money sat there that doesn't get used a lot. And I think since taking it kind of like esports, sim racing and stuff, and bro, when I was growing up, I was at a track day every single weekend in shit cars, hammering around tracks. That is, you know, cars is next to bodybuilding, it's my next passion. And, you know, I've took the McLaren on track before, and I just thought, man, with the way that I like to drive, which is like a fucking dickhead, like, I'm going to probably crash this thing. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're crashing 150, 200 grand cars, bro, that ain't it, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, it's not. So I kind of thought, you know, what can I get that is the same level of excitement, but is, you know, not as crazy value, and I'm going to have fun and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, you know my personality, bro. I'm a bit of an idiot. The next car definitely does match the personality because it's idiotic. Do you know the Ariel Atom 4?
No,
Type
I'm
in
gonna look it up.
Ariel Atom 4 with aero kit. There is a few
Oh my
in the
gosh.
States.
It's like a proper track car.
Yeah, pretty much. It's road legal, so you can use it on the road, even though there is no windscreen, windows, or
Yeah.
doors. But it's, you know, 600 kilo, 350 horsepower. Like, you know, they're track weapons, and I just think it'll be more fun me knowing that if I do smash it up, it's not going to bankrupt me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think,
for
bro,
sure.
once you've had, you know, what, 5 or 6 supercars in a row, it gets a bit samey. Oh, we're bringing it up.
These
There
ones?
we go. Yeah, so you see that that fourth one along, that one. Yeah, it's very, very, very much like that without any yellow bits.
Yeah, that's cool. So you can smash it up a bit. Yeah, because it doesn't have like the crazy framework, just like the
Yeah, I mean, I know I'll just feel a lot more comfortable on track, thinking, man, if this goes wrong, or, bro, a brake disc on a McLaren's 10 grand, you're hammering the brakes all day on track.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes once and you think, fucking hell, I've got 2 brake discs to repair and it's 20 grand.
Yeah, that's a cool car. That'd be a good choice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, bro. I mean, I don't
Some,
think you can have more fun on 4 wheels than something that doesn't have a windscreen. I mean, it'll
mm-hmm.
be fun. So I picked that up on Saturday as a bit of a birthday present to myself.
Fuck yeah. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
Anything else here optimizing in your own life this year outside of business?
Yeah, I mean, I think, bro, look, since employing that life coach from last year, my mindset is just like completely different to how it was. Like, as much as I love work and working hard and stuff like that, I know it's not worth putting myself in the ground for. A lot more
Mm-hmm.
time doing a lot more things for me. Like, a lot of last year, bro, I'd neglected myself. It was just work, 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 work and stuff. And, neglected the gym, neglected my food. And, this year's actually got off to a really positive start with that, and finding my rhythm again and being a bit more routine with my personal life rather than just business life. Like seeing family and friends more and making sure, normally, bro, I'd be like, if someone wants to go out and do something on the weekend, I'm like, oh, bro, I've got too much work on or whatever. Whereas now it's just like, I just say yes to it and I sort the work out before and just make sure that's a priority and, having some downtime, just more like looking after me, bro. Like last
Yeah.
year, man, the amount of times people would see me out, at a show or whatever and just say, fucking hell, bro, you look dead. That's not really a good thing to be hearing. You know what I mean? It doesn't exactly inspire much confidence in yourself. So just,
Mm-hmm.
making a bit more time for me, looking after myself more. And then with work, bro, more of the same, more shows, more clients, more trips, more pro cards,
Fuck yeah.
hopefully.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
got some big boys going this year and some good females going that should be in line for potentially going pro. So nice to add those hopefully to the wall. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So I'll just leave you with one final question here, but if someone's listening to this and thinking, I want to build something like Christian Chapman did, what's the one thing you think they need to hear?
If you are not passionate about helping people and not passionate about bodybuilding, it will never work. And, you can have all of the sales systems and all the business shit and learn from all these business mentors. But, I've had it before, bro, with people coming in for like an hour call, chat about business, and you tell them all the right things to go and do. And you just don't see them do it. Like, no one can do this for you. Like, no one. It doesn't matter how much money you pay someone. They
Mm-hmm.
cannot do it for you. Like, you have to full send it. Like, you have to treat it as a job. If you turn up late for work, you get fired. You need to treat
Yeah.
it like that for yourself because when you become your own boss, bro, it's so easy to be like, I'll just have a lie-in today. I'll have a late
Mm-hmm.
night tonight and lie in. That's not good. You have to treat it as, yeah, I'm the boss of the business, but I am also the employee of the business. And I show up on time. I show up for my clients and I keep putting in the work. I often see coaches that get really popular and they're really good and everything they do, they get comfortable and all of their clients leave because there's someone waiting in the wings, bro, that is not getting comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to full send it and you've got to be really passionate about wanting to help people because that's the main job qualification is you're helping someone.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the goal. You help them get there. Okay. And you've got to be passionate about it. And passionate, bro, being passionate about something is so easy to see online. Like you can weed through the bullshit, bro, of
Mm-hmm.
the people that it's not their life, man. Do you know what I mean? They just want to do it on the side of whatever and pays for their bodybuilding or all that shit. You've got to full send it. If you want to make something work, you've got to full send it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to have a high degree of passion. You have to always be improving, and you have to have unrelentless commitment. Like set your schedule, show up to fucking work.
Yeah, and you kind of touched a little bit on there, like willingness to learn. You know, the amount of things that I've changed over last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, the year before, from learning from others. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a one size fits all with coaching. Like, learn from people that are better than you. Like, if you're a bodybuilder and you want to be a coach as well, you're probably going to work with a coach. Soak up every bit of fucking knowledge you can from that person. Ask them
Mm-hmm.
questions. Make notes on when you're watching the feedback or when you're reading the feedback from them. Right, he's making that because of this. Right, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to talk about that. And right, okay. And then just, I worked with Joe Jeffrey for over 4 years, bro. What do you think I was doing every single week? I was peppering him with questions.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, okay, well, why would we do that, man? I want to learn about that. And you then take that into your own business, and then you might work with another coach and they see things a little bit differently. And you think, oh, yeah, I've never looked at it like that. I'm going to trial that, and just always be a student of the game.
Absolutely. All right, my man, Christian, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. Where can the people find you?
Instagram, pretty much the only thing I use. Christian_physique pro, I think. I think that's my Instagram. Yeah, Christian_physique pro. Hit me up on there. Any questions and shit, always shoot me in the DMs. I'm always online, so any questions, I'll get them answered and shit like that.
I'll tag the handsome man as well in all the posts here, so it's easy to find them. But it's been an absolute pleasure today. So thanks for tuning in, you guys, and we'll see you soon.